been going to school lately on the computer, and I don't really like it. I need to actually go today to catch up a little bit. I became quite disillusioned. I think I'm still on the last week of work when I should be in this week's work. Week 4, I'm still at the end of week 3. I do a couple lessons a day. I don't know how to write the code, but I'm starting to understand the code. But writing it, I don't. It seems like they've left out too many of the details. But I love learning something new. So it's kind of nice. I deleted my ex wife's number. I don't have it anymore. So it's kept me from trying to communicate with her. Because, it really bothered me that, she doubled down on wanting to have the cops lie about where they arrested me and not think that that's a big deal. I thought, I don't know what I thought. That person's going to have to pay for their karma of what they've done. You know, I've listened to all their shit and how they have tried to gaslight me and did all these things to fuck me over. But they never took the power themselves to be able to be trustworthy enough. If you're going to take the power to have some sort of inside assist, like some sort of lever of mechanism that you can fuck somebody over with, why not take the power to get a hold of yourself and work on the level with somebody? Because essentially, you're not going to have any partnership because you've never opened up the right way to being the person you'd need to be a partner. You know what I mean? You're operating on some, I've got to get something from you and I've got to get over on you. And you have to leave that behind if you're going to actually have a genuine relationship with somebody. So the details don't matter. It's been 13 years ago that this event had happened, 14 even. So I just wanted to know, why would you participate in lying about where I got arrested? You know, we got into a fight. If you don't know, I've told this story before. I was actually staying there. Well, I don't want to get into the story. Really, honestly, the thing that happened that was bad happened to me. It happened to me because I was cleaning house and the vacuum didn't work, and she was living with her dad. They had an apartment, and I left a job and came back to Houston because I was way far away. There was some real shiftiness going on, but I wasn't abusing anybody. I wasn't trying to get over on anybody. I left the job because this I got led by the spirit because it said you have to leave this place. You have to leave here or you're going to die. So what do you think I did? I left. Anytime I ever had the voice tell me something, and yeah, I heard a voice. But it's funny how it's been in my life. The first time it introduced itself, and I told my grandma it was God, but I was at her house in the car and I was locked out. And I heard the voice say, "Go to the back porch. There's a bowl on the table with a rag in it. Take the rag out, and there's the key." And sure as shit, there was the key. I don't know how to explain that other than that. The same mechanism told me to leave the job. I was working on the Red River around 2011 into 2012, I think. And I left. I came back to Houston. I had to start looking for a different job, but my ex-wife was trying to build her life with her dad, who wasn't around because he killed her mom. He killed her mom when she was just 6 months old. He went and got a shotgun drunk at a New Year's party and wanted to scare somebody off that was flirting with his wife, which was her mom, and it went off and killed a mother of four. So I didn't like this guy. And the fact that she transplanted him from his wife at the time to get an apartment with him just was very, very suspect. Okay? But that's ancient history now. So now I'm in the future. Okay? I did try to communicate and reunite with her. I thought it was important. But I mean, I left after that because um, they really did try to fuck me over. And I think it's out of the anger of me leaving my job and following the spirit because it never let her schemes work out. She always had some sort of scheme going on. If she would have been on the level with me, she never was. It really was like being married to an MK Ultra person. Like that shit was happening, and until you've had an experience with one of those, you can't really qualify anything. Real shit. This person was multi person. They had different personalities. And maybe that's it. Maybe each personality doesn't know the activities and derangements of the others. You know, maybe that was the problem. I did notice that I had some help in trying to communicate this. I really feel like I did because I didn't want to bring this issue up. I would have liked to just keep her at a hand's distance, but still try to communicate with her because I love her. But you know what I mean? That did not work. That did not work. She said I was a manipulator. And I've thought about that, you know? I really have. I was like, am I? Am I a manipulator? Am I trying to manipulate her? And no, not really. Not really. I would have liked to seen her again though. While she wasn't married. When she came and I hadn't seen her, I hadn't seen this woman in like 7 years. So I've told the story in my channel. I don't want to make it about that. I don't want to make it about that. But I've been heavily reflecting on this whole situation recently. And like I want to feel good with leaving it behind and considering it a settled matter. But it's very traumatic. The whole damn thing was just a fucking fever dream trauma the whole time. And I'm not saying I was perfect because I was not. Was not. I can be pretty stubborn and a jerk to some degree too. But I think overall I am reasonable because I can deal with someone if they can communicate, but if they can't and they do the exact opposite of the shit that they say, I mean, what am I supposed to expect? How am I supposed to fucking survive uh being in any successful arrangement with someone like that? Well, so far I have not. I have not, other than to get away and just not even have contact with them. The same thing happened with my dad, but I don't think my mom was ever trying to keep my children from seeing me. Like, because I've always communicated with my dad that I remember, but she did not. She got mad at us for something, and that's the way she was. Kind of petty. I don't know. I wish her the best. So I'm trying to think about the future. I've been doing this school, and I want to do something. That's why I want my money so much from the house. I like to get a car, find a little job, and carry on. So hey, that's what I'm trying to do. Pow! I can't use that. No, I can't use it.